one. Third down. They gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. They start to drive with White. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up the touchdown.
On 2nd and 9. Brady. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Tough spot for the Pats now after the sack as Brady will lead them up 3rd and long. Now Brady. Hey, right on cue. They set up the screen and complete it. They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for 4th. They took your advice from a bit earlier, tried the screen, but that one, it was covered up pretty well.
They did a nice job on it, but I still think it was the right idea. Probably just a block or 2 away from making it work.
Now Brady. This is caught. It's Julian Edelman. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. The front office all smiles when the ink went dry on this new contract.
Not only them, how about the coaching staff? Because oftentimes the front office and the coaching staff may have different opinions about the value of a player. I think everyone was in sync on this one. He's a guy that they needed to keep.
At the 47-yard line.
Start of the second quarter from Foxborough. It's the homestanding Patriots with the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 10.
Let's go, defense. Get him.
On 2nd down, Michelle. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. Well, there's no shortage of great young runners in the NFL, but don't forget about that guy, Sony Michel. 1st-round pick in 2018. Almost hit 1,000 yards as a rookie, 931 to be exact, to go along with 6 scores for the former Georgia Bulldog. They'll try and run for it. Here's Michel. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. They'll go for it. It's Brady. And he finds Safarian Jenkins. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A big pickup of 12 yards on 4th down to keep this drive from stalling.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Brady again here on 2nd and 10. Throw over the middle, secured by Gordon. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Brady's throw on 3rd down there is incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Now, meanwhile, so the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. On 1st and 10, here's Brady. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Brady. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Gordon. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the second down pass play only went for 2. Open man is Gordon, complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Leonard Williams, the former number 6 overall pick, got the sack that time. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. To throw, it's Brady. And he whips that one incomplete there. Philip Dorsett, the intended receiver. And now it's 3rd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Leonard Williams picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Leonard Williams. And the Jets are going to... This offense ready to get back out there as they'll have the football to start the 3rd quarter. Throwing on 1st down is Brady. And complete over the middle, Safarian Jenkins. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
I'm guessing, partner, that if we're in the huddle with the Patriots right now, there's not a single guy that thinks they have any chance of coming back in this one, especially not with Tom Brady.
Yeah, who's Tom Brady? What's he done in the past as far as comebacks are concerned? Yeah, down right now, but that can evaporate quickly with him in the huddle. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Flushed out right. And his throw is incomplete. Julian Edelman, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down. Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Brady to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Josh Gordon, the intended receiver. But now it's 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So now 4th down looming. Remember, these guys went for it on their last drive, but it didn't work out.
Well, even though it didn't work out, I would not be surprised at all if they went ahead and did it again.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Darn right.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as they'll go for it on 4th down. Here's Brady to throw. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And not much on the reach. This offense struggling here in the 2nd half. They have not scored yet. They'll try to change that here. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That'll be a New England 1st down, a gain of 12. Brady now. Perfect since the 2nd half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Now Brady. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Blowing that play up was Henry Anderson.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Now, meanwhile, the throw by Brady knocked away, incomplete. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, there in coverage. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Brady now to throw. Oh, he's going to go for it all. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
This offense struggling here in the 2nd half. They have not scored yet. They'll try to change that here.
No, 66.
They go play action for White. Now it's Brady. Oh, he can't get away, and Brady will go down. Jordan Jenkins in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit. After the sack on 1st down, Brady into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38, and his guys are going to get the football at the... So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. They begin the drive on the ground. It's White, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Tom Brady needing a 4th quarter comeback here. He's actually only done it 8 times in the last 5 years, but if you break that down further, the Pats in those years rarely losing in the 4th quarter like they are now. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Only 3 there on the screen. It's 2nd down. That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Remember, remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pinned. Demaryius Thomas. And he will have a man. Demaryius Thomas. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Demaryius Thomas. His first touchdown of the new season as his guys are back within a single score. Late stages of the game here in the fourth quarter as this offense takes over 1st and 10. Brady now on 1st down. And Brady going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And the return stops just a few yards. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. Shotgun now for Brady. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And down right around the 37. The Patriot passing game is rolling. They've got another first down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. I want to go back to something you said in the first quarter.
Is it a positive?
It is a positive.
Okay.
About winning the turnover battle. As a visiting team, as an underdog, you were right. They've done just that, and look where it's gotten them.
It's part of the formula.
They'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Patriots with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. 20! Throwing right side, that's complete. Demaryius Thomas. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. So it's a victory here for the New York Jets. And, of course, this is a win they're going to hang their hat on. They go on the road and defeat the